The mayor proclaims October 14th a day of remembrance for Charlie Kirk. Tonight, hear from people who support the move and those who do not. Plus, new surveillance video from the state capitol showing the moment a man broke into the building and vandalized it. New tonight, more on the suspect's ties to Spokane.
Sunny and warm again tomorrow, but we're talking a big change by the time we get to the weekend.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for the KREM 2 Night Report. I'm Mark Hanrahan. First up tonight, the Coeur d'Alene mayor proclaiming October 14th as a day of remembrance for Charlie Kirk at tonight's city council meeting. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy was at the meeting and has more reaction from people in support of the move and from those against it.
Multiple community members spoke for and against the proclamation, knowing it held no sway over what happened.
I, Woody McEvers, Mayor of the City of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, do proclaim October 14th a day of remembrance for Charlie Kirk.
It was standing room only at Tuesday night's Coeur d'Alene City Council meeting, but not for long.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Not my hero. Are they going to be removed? Love your races.
A group of attendees left the meeting angered and offended at Mayor Woody McEvers for proclaiming next Tuesday as a day of remembrance for conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Kirk was shot and killed during a speaking event in Utah last month. Mayor McEvers felt it was necessary to proclaim Kirk's birthday, October 14th, as a day to remember Kirk's life and work as an outspoken religious conservative.
Charlie Kirk's assassination was a tragedy for his family, friends, and the rest of us, whom he inspired to be courageous, to stand up for our faith and stand up for biblical truths in politics.
Erin Barnard spoke in favor of the proclamation, saying it helps the city honor a person she and many other community members admired greatly. But other attendees, such as Coeur d'Alene native Cassiana Azzolini, argued against it. She says Kirk's death, while tragic, is one of many taken too soon due to political violence and should not have an entire day devoted to honor him alone.
I think creating a separate day, a new day, rather than his birthday would have been a better remembrance for all victims, Idahoans and honorary ones too, to move forward united, standing not behind one name but beside one another.
Attendee after attendee spoke varied opinions about the proclamation during the public comment portion of the meeting, saying it's either helping or hurting the city for what it stands for. While supportive of the proclamation, Barnard also expressed frustration during public comment with council for not reading out the entire proclamation, accusing Mayor McEvers of not feeling comfortable to do so.
Was it pressure from city councilmen or pressure from liberals? I don't know yet.
A day remembrance event is scheduled for October 14th at the Coeur d'Alene City Park Bandshell from 6 to 8:30 p.m. Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
New tonight, an appeals court is set to review the Trump administration's request to suspend an Oregon judge's ruling blocking federal troops from coming to Portland. That hearing will be held on Thursday. Just today, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem visited Portland, meeting with local leaders and toured the Portland ICE facility. This comes some 11 days after President Trump said he was sending the National Guard in. While troops from Oregon and California have mobilized, the court rulings over the weekend have put their deployment on hold, with a federal appeals court set to hear the matter coming up first thing on Thursday morning. All right, let's talk weather on this Tuesday night with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy the Goo. Jeremy, another beautiful fall day. How are we looking for tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning winds up chilly. I can tell you that right now as I stand out here on the back patio feeling 56 degrees. It is another cool one out here, and it stays that way overnight. I think this morning, what we woke up to today and tomorrow morning, a degree or two difference. That's really about all you see. It's those clear skies overhead, and that's how we stay. That means tomorrow winds up every bit as sunny and warm as today. Thursday looks quite similar. We'll see a little bit of wind, but all of our moisture stays over in the Cascades as it moves in. Friday is a little bit different story. We eventually get this push of moisture that moves in, and I think a nice round of showers for some of us. I don't think it's as widespread as what this suggests, but instead, I think those showers are a little more isolated in nature. Because of it, I do believe our temperatures trend a little bit cooler during the day. So tomorrow, 72 degrees, pretty similar to today. Then our temperatures start to climb. 76 on Thursday, hovering around 70 on Friday despite that chance of rain. That strong southerly wind moving in is what keeps us warm. We will, however, be much cooler this weekend, and we're talking that coming up in the full forecast.
Talk to you then, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Now, time for our night beat with a quick look at the day's top stories. The man believed responsible for upwards of 40 sexual assaults on Spokane South Hill in the 70s and 80s is now a registered sex offender. A judge ordered Kevin Coeur released last week after decades behind bars. Medical experts argued Coeur's failing health makes him unlikely to reoffend. Registering as a sex offender was a condition of his release. He is now living at an adult family home in King County over in western Washington. A firework, that is what new Whitman County court documents show, started the Pullman apartment explosion over the weekend. Police believe Elijah Reagan is responsible for setting that fire. After court documents show, detectives recovered a T-handle style explosive detonator, the kind used for TNT, and what appeared to be a mortar tube from his apartment. The explosion forced roughly 30 people to evacuate.
Your Honor, it's pure fortune, I think, at this point, that nobody else was injured in the apartment building.
Speed chase that ended just north of Lewiston. Court documents show deputies found Reagan armed with a rifle. Well, tonight he's being held in a Whitman County jail on $250,000 bond. He'll be back in court to enter his plea coming up on Friday. A deadly crash between a car and a motorcycle closed an intersection in North Spokane this afternoon. Police say they saw a motorcycle earlier in the day that did not have license plates showing. The motorcyclist did not stop for police, but authorities did not pursue the rider. A short time later, it is believed he crashed into the back of a car and died. Police say he was 19 years old. The area around Nevada and St. Thomas More Way was closed for the investigation. And that was it for your Night Beat. For more information on any of these stories, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. All right, don't go to bed just yet. 3 months after Spokane adopted a citywide camping ban, city leaders say it's not working. Their next move coming up. But first, new details emerging about vandalism at the state's capital. What we know about the suspect and his ties to Spokane. Coming up in just 90 seconds.